Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming The Lord of the Rings online, and I will be playing my Warden here in Vales of Anduin. We're on part 5 already. So I was actually looking at what we've done, but before I go to that, I should mention if you hear some noise in the background, it's just my air conditioner, but it should kick off in just a second. But anyway, I was actually looking, and we've done 4 of the storylines so far in this zone. If I go to the deed, we can actually look at that. So there are 6 storylines, and we've done 4 of them, and we've done 4 streams. I didn't realize that I was actually doing basically one storyline a stream until like the end of last one, I think. And then I looked again and actually made sure, and that is what we're doing. So for this one, I kind of basically just plan to do the same thing now that it seems consistent, but we only have 2 more streams, I guess, for that, because we are going to be going to Laerlad and Blomgard there. I have no idea what to expect from that. That might actually be Blomgard, I'm not sure what the accent mark, but yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And I have no idea at all what to expect from the questing here, because if we look at the map, there is just not much going on down there. And I think kind of because Gladden Fields, I expected that to have some Gladden Fields quests, and it did not. Gladden Fields was just a separate thing with Radagast, but yeah, I don't know, maybe this will take us to Roscobel and Radagast there and do some things there. I'm not sure. Last stream I actually thought we were going to Roscobel with Radagast, but we never did. And looking at the volume in Lotro, but it's actually my computer's volume I need to turn down. It's really loud right now, but not too much going on that was like bothering me. But it was really loud with the fire there. So yeah, looking at the map, we just need to travel south, I believe. So if you all are wondering what all the question marks are about, like in the thumbnail and the stream title, that is what they're about, just because I have no idea what to expect from the questing here, or what it will be like. Let's see, what do I need to do? Do I need to do anything before? Oh, I never did the task. I meant to do like 3 more tasks, I guess, last time I played. I don't know how important that is with reputation. Let me go ahead and look at my reputation real quick. We're about halfway-ish to ally, not quite. So I think we are okay at this point. Could still use some more reputation. I might get enough stuff to turn in some tasks, but I won't worry too much about that at this point. I do want to see if I can travel. I cannot travel to Blomgard there, so we will travel on our horse. Probably get on my worst steed just because it's quicker, as much as I hate them. They are a good means of travel at higher levels once you unlock them. They're just really annoying. And I will say my FPS, I keep the counter up because of the 64-bit client. I just want you all to see what's going on with that, and I'm also curious just how my performance in general is holding up. And it seems like in Vales of Anduin, whatever settings I have are not quite optimal while streaming or recording. When actually just playing this without using OBS or anything like that, my FPS is a much more steady 60, especially even like in Holtvis there. I was paying attention to that before I started this stream. So yeah, we're getting down there decently quick on the horse steed. There's you know, I haven't actually heard the train horn on my new microphone. I assume it still picks it up pretty loudly, but I just thought of that I haven't actually listened to it, because on the old one, on my old mic before it broke, I know it picked up pretty loudly. But I was also listening just in general. I haven't paid too much attention with this microphone until lately, since I've been making more videos and editing them and such, that it is actually do notice an audio quality upgrade from the old one. And I would have had an unboxing and review video, but the recording on my phone didn't work. My phone's video recording has been not too great lately. Like, it can record good quality and all that stuff, but it's been kind of buggy. And I just realized I can also not see chat right now. Fortunately, and kind of unfortunately at the same time, it is empty though. I have a lot of loot boxes. I'm kind of hoping they sell for a decent amount of gold, but I really doubt it. I don't even know, well, I know what I could use the gold on with Starlit Crystals, but I don't too much want to do that. I got what I needed on this character. And my morale, that's like, it's really high at this point compared to what it used to be, but I did get the Starlit Crystals and got 3 more levels on this for more DPS, because we could always use that. Okay, so we are in Blomgard, and I really need to get off my worst steed here.
We here tell of great deeds
I do want to double check. I'm pretty sure I'm on the, yeah, I am on the 64-bit client. It's kind of odd, my FPS seems to, I don't know if I'm just paying attention to it more now that the 64-bit client is out, but I really pay attention to how OBS is dropping my FPS, and it's kind of bothering me lately, and I think it's just because I'm paying so much attention with the 64-bit client that it's just really noticeable. But yeah, we should have, I need to answer this phone call. Really unfortunate timing, but I do have to answer this.
Are you here to help?
Alright, so I am back with the microphone, sorry about that. I've just been searching barrels and crates, it looks like. So I saw a couple, and so far they are coming up empty. For the barrels, it seems to always be saying nothing in there, and then the crates is the crate is empty. I don't know if there are other areas I can look, or I'm gonna move up here. I don't know if there's anything up here. Looks like there's a crate back there, but there are some quests here. So there is Radagast here, so maybe we are going to Rosgobel. Gather fieldstone. I don't know, we'll see. Boar meat? That sounds, yeah, so this does have to do with Rosgobel. I could have done the last, just like everything that I initially set up for the last stream for this stream, and it probably would have basically actually worked out as my guess. I don't know yet though. But just based off of this actually having quests in the Rosgobel area, that is what I expect. So we need to listen to these guys, listen to their stories. Not sure what sort of listening I'm doing when I'm right-clicking them and nothing's going on, and then after I right-click them is when we actually would have to listen. Still looking for the barrels and crates. I think that's what it is. Well, there's a barrel right here. Maybe this will have what we're looking for, which I forgot what we are looking for. And just know I have a quest for these, and it's not on my tracker anymore. Got a lot of quests here, it seems like, in the town area, maybe? I gotta gather fieldstones. Didn't we just get this barrel? Why am I targeting it again? Oh, I'm targeting another barrel, I think, but it's not. Let me see where it takes me. Oh, maybe I am targeting this one. Pretty sure I just got this one. Success? What? Yeah, I think something's bugging out there, because if I already got it, I shouldn't be able to click or target it. And now I can target it and use it, but then it says success and not getting anything for the quest. It's also not glowing like these. It's kind of why it's like that. And this one I can't. There's a squirrel in there though. Pick up the squirrel? What? There's a squirrel in there that I gotta pick up, but there's no squirrel in there. Or is that another quest? There's pick up the squirrel. I only assume that is the quest that is the one I'm working on that just says something is in there. Is that a squirrel? Then it says pick up the squirrel. There's no squirrel. I think it's this white quest on the map if I had to guess. No, that's the heart. The mother. I only have 1 minute to do that? Oh no. Oh, I thought it said 12 spiders I need to kill. I only need to kill 2 spiders. That's much better in a minute. I read it right there as 0 out of 12. I was really worried that I actually had to kill 12 spiders in a minute. Maybe it was something you were supposed to fail is actually what I was thinking. But yeah, I got that. Got a little bit of like a freeze there for a second. I was kind of worried it crashed there, but it did not. I'll go with that. I did want to check. I heard something to change some setting in the user preferences to stop the crashing. But the only time I crashed was with group content, so we won't really be able to test that here, unfortunately. Unless I do, I might run Pellar Gear if there is a group that searches for it. That is a possibility. I'm not too sure I want to do that today, but just group content in general on this character, that is a possibility in the future. We do have Pebbled Filth, it looks like, so might as well turn these in while I'm here. I guess that's the only one I had, though. Did I get those from the spiders? Yeah, it looks like I did. Well, that's good if we're killing more spiders. Oh, here's a squirrel. So I got the barrel like way somewhere else, and it looks like it's actually a crate where the squirrel is. Squirrel is surprisingly friendly. Probably has to do, I mean, there's Radagast here, and he's like the animal lore mastery type guy, as far as I know. But yeah, probably had to do with him. I'm not sure if he was the one that... Who do I have to scold? And why is this little kid telling me to do that? The Heart of the Mother? No, that's the ghost and the something or other. Where is that one? Okay, the ghost of Old Man Here it is. I'm gonna scold somebody up here. Her? Not her. She's just woodfolk. I need to scold Volmer. Hey Pulse Yoshi, can you ask for my input on a question? You can. Hopefully I will be able to answer and give my input. Oh, is this the guy I need to scold? Probably. Well, I don't know if I should be glad that he feels bad about what he did, because I do not know what he did. I'm gonna listen to this guy's story now. He's the last guy we have to listen to the story of. Oh, so now we need to talk to them. And there we go. Can I do the same one? Nope. Looks like I gotta talk to some different woodfolk. I don't know any specific woodfolk or all the ones that I just listened to. And basically get to re-go after them. Is this a woodfolk? This one looks like a woodfolk. So you have a level 47 hunter, you got your legendary item, and you need to level for Moria. Should you try and finish out questing at Ingmar, or should you just go to certain areas and farm mobs? You could do either. I would recommend maybe trying to finish out questing at Ingmar. That would probably be a decent way. But even at level 47, if you really wanted to, you could probably start Moria already. I know it's kind of for level 50, but you can start it early. And there are a lot of quests in Moria, so you should be able to get plenty XP out of it. You just might spend a really long time in Moria with that, doing a lot of the different zones and quest sets in it. So that is another option as well. But if you go to certain areas and farm mobs, I would just recommend doing that for deeds, because you can get like the virtue XP and get some use out of that. So we still need to talk to 3 more. Pretty sure we already did this one. 3 more of these woodfolk. I don't remember who all I've talked to. I've talked to him, I believe. I don't remember where all they are either. This guy looks like one. I don't think we've done him yet. They're all just like kind of standing there is why they're so noticeable to pick out here. A lot of sheep. That one actually looked like a woodfolk. That one is not. Here's a woodfolk. Okay, one more. Probably says on the map, I think, to the northeast here. One of these two? No. This one? Wait, not talk to her? I guess not. And then what else did I have here? Pebbled Filth. I do not want that tracked. It's really annoying that these tasks keep tracking. A Stone's Throw. That's what I needed to do. So I got a quest for Duskin Vale now, so good that that one's untracked. We don't need to do it. Duskin's Vales could be interesting questing. I'm not too sure what to expect down there either, but I'm sure there are mobs. That's just an area I haven't explored as much in this zone. And yeah, I pretty quickly found out what the Laerlad questing here would be in Roscoebell, basically. Seems more Roscoebell just based off this than Laerlad. But, according to the game, I am in Laerlad. Just on the map it doesn't look like it as much. I believe we have turn-ins and continues maybe. One turn-in, one continue, second turn-in. Good reputation. Do we gotta wait for him? I kind of feel like he's going to do something else, but maybe not. Nope. Okay. We are good to go. We got a new icon. Oh, talking to the wounded Ungolidan. Yeah, Ungolidan warrior. It looks like somebody we have to defeat eventually, maybe? I don't know. Because he is an enemy and he's like an elite enemy, but maybe not. Maybe they'll try to convert him to be a friendly. Accidentally was on auto run and just ran past him. So seek out Ungolidan encampment. Oh, seek out the encampment, not the enemies. So that one is actually to the east. That one actually looks like a Laerlad quest, but the collect boar meat in Laerlad looks more like collect boar meat in Roscoebell to me. If I were to just go based off of the map, because Laerlad is like way down here where kind of the red quest is, and I would say south of the river. Because Roscoebell is like, I would say can contain all of this. But anyway, that just clears up my confusion with the quests here, just because I didn't know what to expect out of them, but this is kind of what I was initially expecting, but then I didn't actually expect quests in Roscoebell, and just because it said Laerlad. I thought maybe it would be something different, just like in this little tucked area. But even with that, somebody fishing here. I didn't know what to expect. So we can head, I think, get some boar meat and field stones. I think getting the field stones would be a good start, and should find plenty of boars, I would guess. We can go to Redline and definitely do some DPS for this. One thing I could use gold for is Starlit Crystals for my Javelin, just to actually get my range DPS decent and have a decent comparison of what Yellow Line is actually like at this level. I see one of those stones. I believe I have to kill this deer. This deer actually probably want to aggro. Probably didn't need to pull it, but we'll kill it anyway. Could give me something I need. I don't think Stone Abraded Skin is for any of the, what are those things called, tasks. So probably won't get anything out of that. Get so much more dot damage it seems like in Redline. Just takes a little bit to build up, but really on signatures it's much faster than Blue Line. Okay, it looks like we got a little Anduin Firefly that will give us a quest. I think we saw this when I actually went to talk to Roscoebell, or tried to talk to him here. I figured I couldn't and was correct about that. Just because I was curious what was going on there at the end of last stream. That zone, that Gladden Fields, part of this zone was very quick with the questing. I think that one was only like an hour and a half, and most others have been closer to 2 hours, I think. But that one was one of the shortest, and we had some filler time towards the end, so I got to explore and kind of pick around the area. I don't think either the boar meat is probably somewhat important, I would say. Kind of at most. But the one I'm really interested in now is the picking up the stones and the Anduin Fireflies, because that was an auto bestow quest that's like not really important when I complete it. At least that's what I would expect. So I'm not too worried about doing that right now, so I think I would try to get the boar meat here and the stones, and then go for some turn-ins and head to the east. Not necessarily in that order, but probably in that order, since there's like no other way to go, I think. Getting a lot of these field stones here. Actually picked a good area to go up to. I didn't expect to find this many here. But yeah, 2 more of these and then we can hunt boars. I did expect more boars here. It was kind of the opposite. Here is a boar. I didn't expect many fieldstones, but expected a lot more boars. Oh man, that is really frustrating, these resists. Like, I feel like if he actually dodged or parried or even blocked it, it would take more skills, but if a mob just resists, it is very unsatisfying as the attacker compared to if they just, like, if they just dodged it or evaded it, it would be the same result, but to me would be less annoying. Fortunately, he resisted something right before my gambit on that one. I think with the Warden, I mentioned this a few times, that the resists are particularly annoying because of the gambits. And they can sometimes take a bit to build up, and other classes have cooldowns. Like if you get a really long cooldown skill resisted, I assume that would be annoying. We need one more fieldstone. I'm actually targeting one, so we'll just go up to that. And I need a few more boars, 8 more boar meat to be exact. That feels like a quest in Elwyn Forest in World of Warcraft, just like a level 5 type quest in any sort of game to collect boar meat. Not in Evendom though, won't get that there. You will get a quest about boars, but not to get boar meat. Actually, it is to get boar meat, but you will not get boar meat. That was a really weird quest. The first time I saw it, I was like probably thinking that the timer was going to run out. So I saw a random signature like this before and did not get a quest like this. I'm kind of wondering if it's because I was under level 120, so maybe it's just a thing and I totally missed out on it because of that. But here's a boar. It looks like I picked a really good boar spot. This is like a boar den. I don't really know boar den, if that makes sense for boars to have a den. I'm kind of thinking it is, but it's still kind of weird to me, the idea of that. But it's entirely possible that boars have dens. Okay, Nartusk. Almost as good as Nartusk. Nartusk could actually be an orc name. I feel like it's more of a WoW orc name than a Lotro orc name though. Oh, I wanna try to kill this guy real quick. There, we gotta go and like, oh man. I was like doing all that prep work going to ambush and knock him down, and then I just pull a little sideboard. But with the sideboard we can, actually I'm probably going to just bleed him and he'll die. I'm honestly probably can't get too much from Unnerving Strike here. Like this is my strong bleed, the upfront damage of those is basically nothing, so I built like that 5 gamut for hardly anything. So there is a signature that I should probably try to kill in the Beorning Lands, I believe up here in Yulgraf. Way up there. So we will have to try to remember that. Maybe at the end of this stream I can do that. And I kind of mentioned that it's taken about 2 hours for most of the quest sets, so that's kind of what, I believe all these guys get boar meat. It'd be really nice if they aggro me right now. We need to switch to blue line. Oh, that's a toad, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to try to pull every boar in sight. That one's not in sight apparently. Oh, that one's a rat. That one's a boar. That thing's a boar. Oh, there he is. Makes sense that I can't hit him if I can't see him, but sometimes I hit mobs I can't see anyway, like if I do that guy. I actually saw him at the last minute. We gotta get all these boar mates in like one pull, otherwise there was no point in switching to blue line. There we go. The problem is I can't really see right here. A little bit of environment familiarity, I guess, going to the boars to give them advantage. But they need a little bit of an advantage above me. I'm going to try to take out 5 of them at once. Yeah, it's probably the warg. I think that's when I was doing it. Never surrender already popped. I was testing the blue line a little bit last stream. And even with doing that all the time it took for me to run back from dying from pulling too many, that was still really short and really fun questing in Gladden Fields. Because yeah, I was questing with the wargs, I think, right in that area. Had to kill a few orgs and do some other things like burn corpses or something. I only got 11 boar meat out of that. Well, I guess we can kill this firefly. I do need those. Not too worried again about finishing that right at this moment, really. Guess we're pulling both of these. Oh, I'm still on blue line. That's kind of unfortunate with my damage. Like, I feel like in the red line, this mob, the firefly would have already died. Okay, there should be some boars along the way back, like this guy. Assuming he actually counts. I wonder if I could have somehow pulled too many outside of the area. Like, what if I went a little bit too far east into the Gladden Fields. Oh, this guy was dazed from something. Oh, I used ambush, that's why. And I forgot to switch back to red line again. Now I used Brink of Victory twice in a row. There we go, switch to red line before I forget. Okay, we got our boar meat. We still need 9 fireflies. These tasks are really annoying me. I guess I could cancel these and just pick them up when I go back. That's always an option, I suppose. Okay, so we need to place some field stones, it actually looks like, in Blomgard. And then we'll have the turn in for the boar meat. I'm not sure if that will lead to anything, but I thought it was good to go ahead and complete, especially with all the boars that I did find by that signature. The little boss boar type guy. I also got my LI leveled up, so I'll be doing a little bit more DPS with that. What did I get? I'm thinking like 30 something DPS, something like that. Yeah, actually I might have gotten like 60, because that was about 1120 before. Now it's about 60 higher than that. One thing is the discrepancy between the DPS right here that we see and the one on the bottom right, and I'm guessing that has to do with my base combat damage modifier. Although that's slightly less than 300 if I take both of the 150 ones I have. I don't know if that, I think it just affects that single weapon. So that's kind of odd, I think, that the green down there is 1188.9 and this is 1459. I don't know if I have any other things that would affect that. Base combat damage modifier. It's just a little bit weird because I thought they were both the same amount. There's like a 0.1 difference, I think, before, which this is a lot more extreme between the two listed there, though. So that was it's just kind of odd. Okay, we need to place some stones. Oh yeah, it kind of actually makes sense to place stones here. Although I'm not sure, I guess that place like 6 of them at once, since I picked up 12. I was gonna say if I just place one stone, I'm not sure it'll do all too much. One thing that does bother me about the zone is how cluttered some of the things are. Like if I had to pick something that's been kind of bothering me, especially all the bushes in the actual city areas, it just seems like these woodmen will like them a little bit too much to me. Okay, so yeah, we didn't really need to turn those in, I guess, but thought it would be good to go ahead and do it, especially since this was on the way to the other quest with Ungolidan. Oh, we got some boars here as well. We got an Oathbreaker. Okay, so now we need to defeat 10 of them and then 6 spiders. It looked like an area that would have spiders. It's also really hard to see. It's so dark in here. It's like nighttime and then really dark out. I have my ambient light all the way up, but I actually need to turn my monitor brightness up just to see right here. Okay, so yeah, we have just these quests here to kill spiders and something. It looks like I can start some quests doing some other things, which is good. Would be boring just kind of doing this one quest to destroy totems and defeat spiders and defeat Ungolidan. Oh, this guy turns into a spider. That was kind of odd. Shouldn't that count as both? Because I defeated the Ungolidan and he turned into a spider? I guess he's supposed to be like a Beorning, just transforming into spiders rather than bears and being evil. Targeting a barrel. I thought I saw one here. I just like totally missed it when I targeted it, I guess. There's a spider. Oh, that's a tiny spider. I expected some big spider. That was really weird because I targeted him and I was wondering where he was. Okay, now I just need to defeat spiders, but that's like, I guess in the whole area here with Laerlad. I don't know, maybe we're not going too much into Roscoe. We're really into the actually Laerlad part of this, which is what I thought we would kind of be doing. Guess we will see though. We also, we need to destroy Vales spider totems, but I have not seen any and have not targeted any at least. There's just another barrel. This is a neat and kind of unexpected area here in the zone. More barrels? Where are the totems? That's what I'm wondering at this point. There's a totem. Oh, you can't target it. You have to, it's like an enemy type thing, not like an item you target. What is it? I assume it does something for them. An aura making them more terrifying. Well, we don't want that. I assume they get an actual buff from it, so increase run speed and decrease attack duration. So it just makes them faster, really. Apparently I'm killing a signature. I'm going kind of slowly about it, but he's dying really quick, it seems like. Oh, and the totem's still not dead. That thing took longer to kill than the signature. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, glad I found the totem and actually know what's going on with that. Because I need to defeat 8 of them. We've defeated 1 whole totem. Okay, I was gonna say I'm either lagging because I feel like I am lagging a little bit, but I was actually netted there, so could not move because of that. And we'll just head farther into the camp, I guess, and destroy this totem. Try to do enough damage to it this time that it actually kind of goes away. Got some spiders attacking, which is a good thing. Need to kill more spiders. Need to kill, actually want to kill 11 more spiders. I think I need a couple more barrels, probably 3 more. So this quest set, oddly enough, it doesn't feel like I necessarily need to kill some Ungolidan leader. Unlike the orc quest I was doing last time, actually was doing some quests here in Gladden Fields if anybody did not watch. I think Lolstrock here. Lolstrock, and the whole set, that, if I can actually word this right, I said the only thing that could actually like complete this quest set and make it feel like a really good quest set is that I need to defeat the boss there. And at the same time, I didn't realize I actually was on a quest to defeat that. I think it was like the second part of another quest. So it doesn't really feel like that here to me, but I'm curious if I will have to defeat later. Like, it wouldn't feel wrong to me if I did. It just seems like an area that I wouldn't necessarily have to defeat a leader. Like, they might not necessarily have a leader to begin with. Yes, we need to destroy the totem. Fortunately, they do no damage. And unfortunately, I don't know. They seem like they have like crazy mitigations, or I just do really small damage to them, it seems like. I don't know if they take like 50% less damage, but that's what it feels like at least. Seems like a lot of spiders in here based on the mini-map. Not entirely sure though, could just be a lot of different things going on. Okay, doing a lot better with the totems. Being at 4 out of 8 after this one will feel pretty good. Still need 2 more barrels. I was getting a lot of those, but probably actually missed some along the way. Okay, this might be a good time, I think, to switch to... Here's another totem. I guess that's what I'm in combat with. That one seemed to die pretty decently. But I was thinking about switching to blue line here and just rounding up a few mobs and coming back around. I see 2 barrels, so I can pull everything around the barrels. Oh, there's a weaver. He doesn't seem like a big boss type guy that I'll have to kill later though, so we can kill him. There's one of those pages. We can get that. I'll probably check after I finish like every quest in this zone, or you know, finish all the storylines, that type of every quest. And I will see if I am missing any pages. I expect to be missing a few at least, and then I can try to look up, see if anybody has a list of those. I'm kind of expecting that's just something it seems like the Lotro wiki would have, and seems to be decent about being up to date with stuff like that, and I think it was with like Mordor. So that's kind of why I expect that. So we got 2 normal sized spiders. One's actually a Mirkwood spider. Excited for that to come to the legendary servers in general. I am concerned about it coming this early, to be honest. If it does come early, I should probably actually share that part a little bit. So I talked about this in one of my recent streams, that Cordovan said something on his stream hinting at the possibility of Mirkwood either being released or an announcement related to it this week. I want to pull all those and then go around and pull even more. That just feels like a very blue liney type thing I could do right now. I'm only interested in the areas with totems, really. I mean, I know I need to kill spiders and things, but I need to kill 6 more. But the biggest thing I think right now is destroying 3 more totems and seeing if there's anything else I need to do in this area. I'm still surprised how strong resolution is. I haven't actually used it and probably won't need to use it this fight, but it was surprising when I actually looked at it relative to other things. Pesky totem. I didn't really need to switch to blue line, and my morale is like insane in blue line now at 136k. That's not even, I see people running around commonly with 200k, but it's just so much better than what I was before. I have a Mirkwood. You weren't attacking me? Where did he come from? I guess he came from Mirkwood, but I feel like he'd have to travel really far from Mirkwood to get to me here. But to go back to the Mirkwood release, the kind of reason if they do release it this early, and I mentioned this the last time I brought this up, but if they do release it about this early, I think that, oh yeah, these spider totems can respawn. Well, that's a good idea. That will ensure I get enough, actually. Okay. The one reason I want to complete that quest was I wasn't sure if it would actually give me a quest to kill a boss type guy here, since we were kind of on that topic briefly. But to get back to Mirkwood, the reason I think they would release it this early, if they do release it this early, is because of the Minas Morgul expansion. These guys are kind of annoying with the way they get in combat and don't even do anything. But I would kind of expect if they release it here, Rise of Isengard would be set to release in 4 months. So my idea with that would be Mirkwood's probably going to be relatively popular on the legendary servers, I would think. I would think more so than Moria, but I don't know if there'd be like a significant enough difference. But just kind of based off of my suspicions, that's what it would end up being. What do I need? Spiders? Dang, these totems have a really big aggro radius. And I just used goat on accident, but we'll kill the spider we need. But in 4 months, we would be set for the Rise of Isengard release, which would be October, early October if they do that, which is kind of 1 month ahead of schedule. It would have been set for November. I was kind of curious about that because Minas Morgul I would expect to be around November. So I thought they would actually push back Mirkwood like a month or something like that, just to have a difference between the time that they would be released if it was to be released in November, the expansion, which we don't really know the date for that on. But finally getting towards the point, I feel like I've been rambling on about this for like 10 minutes and haven't said anything. I think the reason they would do that is because in 4 months we would have Rise of Isengard, and that would actually be set for October before the expansion, so there's no overlap with like that too much. You'd have the release of Rise of Isengard for people to play on the legendary servers, then kind of the idea in my head it would be that they'd switch to the regular servers for the Minas Morgul expansion at that point. Yeah, a few tasks done. That's good. Wonder if I got more Pebbled Filth then. More calcified carapaces. I guess not. Hey, my elect man. But yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on why they would release Mirkwood if they do it this early on the legendary servers. Which would kind of make sense to me. Like I said, I was expecting them to do something to avoid overlap, and it seems just to me like November would be around the time in general that they would release something like that, but we will see. Could be August or something different even. I think that's when Mordor was released, towards August, if I'm remembering correctly. So we're going to Blomgard, and we are turning in some quests. Fortunately, I have my task tracked again. I actually only have like 2 quests to turn in, it looks like. Oh no, only 1 quest to turn in. We did a lot there. I guess a lot of them were more auto-bestow and just auto-turn-in. For a lot of gold marks, we're probably doing good on gold marks. I feel like it. 36 out of 500. Not as good as I thought. I know I just spent a lot though. Got my allies all geared up with their relics, which is really nice to get those updated. Okay, we need Radagast. One other thing with these bushes is it actually makes it, to me, a little bit harder to get neat screenshots of the little cities, little villages. I wouldn't really call them cities. But with these villages here, I just really feel like they're really well done overall, but the bushes are not only annoy me a little bit, but... Are we already doing the instance for this? This might be really short quest set for the storyline, if this is like already done and we're already getting our teal reward. What do we need to do here? We need to defeat Lillidan at Roscobel. I don't know if we will be done, but it seems like all the other ones. I wonder if this Firefly would count for my quest. It should. I really hope it does. So I need to reclaim Roscobel, so I should probably head the opposite way. I am in an instance quest, but we need to defeat Firefly, so might as well defeat some while up here. But I kind of feel like with Radagast here in particular, there will be more stuff going on. I kind of thought that could be tied to the book, which I'm not doing. And that's kind of why I dropped the idea of me being able to do this with Radagast, but it seems like this area actually is connecting back to that and him a little bit more. Are we in blue line? We are in blue line, actually. Wow. Okay, we will go up here. I thought I had more attacking me. Oh, I do have some rangers in the back. They're the really annoying ones. Oh, and now I'm rooted. They really don't like me to just AoE maul them all down at once. It's kind of the whole point of switching to blue line is so I can round up all of them and go about that relatively safely compared to the red line, but if they're going to do this, it'd be probably quicker to stay in the red line. Oh man, having a little bit of lag with my builders, but that seems... Kind of usual. Hey John Drillia. He says Scooby Doo Louie Woo. And Louie Dooey Dooby Doo. I always watched Scooby Doo when I was growing up. I still like it actually. New to the game, any tips? I'm not sure. It's hard for me to like give general tips in Lotro. I feel like if I play like an MMO like this, there are some random things I might have questions about, but I don't know if I really have any specific tips. Wow, that was like I'm having some lag here. It's taking a long time for my skills to go off. There we go. Oh, there we go. Now I can target his totem. Okay, everything seems more back to normal now. One thing I will say is task items. They say like trophies can be sold to vendors for coin. Probably good to sell to vendors. I thought they said something else, but yeah, you can sell those. I don't know if there's anything like really worth keeping at low levels. You have a lot of crafting ingredients you get, and they kind of have this green border around them. And I'll say like this can be used by whatever profession. You could keep those if you want, if you plan to craft a lot. Otherwise you can sell them to the vendor, or if you want you can sell them in the auction hall, which would probably get you more gold if you're interested in that. I guess I just need to defeat more of these guys. I haven't paid too much attention to what's going on since they kind of bothered me with blue line here, which speaking of, I still need to switch back to red line actually. I think one of the bigger differences with the gear upgrades I've had is actually not just with being able to take on more mobs at once, but with the signatures. Those go by significantly faster in both lines, and am able to handle them and like another enemy at once if I need to. Trying to think if I have anything else specific for Lotro that I can just like recommend. Because for me, whenever I play a game, I just generally want to find some stuff out. If people have tips, that's like a good thing, but it looks like we have to go back across this little pond looking thing. Okay, I actually have a good recommendation, I think. So if you are playing and you press Shift L, you might notice the deed log, and you've probably gotten some deed progress and notifications about these. If you played a little bit and gotten any progress on those. So I would recommend, so you'd probably start off with something like Breedland or something like that. I would recommend doing like these Slayer deeds and things like that. You can do those, you don't have to do them, but it's something you can do just to help your character progress a little bit, and you also get this thing called Virtue XP with that, and that will help you get Virtue traits. So those are, if you press J in the second panel here, actually the third panel here, you have all your virtues here, so you can like select one of these that you want to earn, and they'll just give your character stats. So if you're like playing a melee class, or anything physical, you could probably get Valor, and that'd be pretty useful at low levels. Another thing, if you're a tactical class, you could get something like, where is it? Honesty, I think? Yeah, Honesty, and you just like click that and you'll earn all your Virtue XP on that, so you could get some good stats for your character. You do have 5 of them available eventually. I think at low levels it's kind of limited, and then you'll eventually unlock 5. Nothing up here. Still need to defeat some of the Ungolidane. Oh, there's one. I think there are 2 more here, and that might be it. I feel like I've killed everything I've seen. It's just taken me a little bit of time to get organized here. But yeah, that is a tip I actually do have. Nope, guess not. We need to find some more. Up here, maybe? Don't see any up here. I doubt they would be up here. This is like getting outside of Roscobel a little bit. Yeah, didn't expect much right up here. We'll just circle back around and try to find some more. I don't really know what else it expects me to do. There's one. Guess I have to defeat the ones on the edge of Roscabel too. I just assume I need to defeat all of them and I'll kind of do something from there. Except there's kind of too much area, free area to explore to make sure I get every single one, but I like this one and kind of was hoping this was the last one because he was kind of way on the edge. And I'm not sure if there are any more like way out here. Like I really doubt with the shrews and out there won't be any, but if we need to, we can come back and search. I will just make sure there's nothing in this general surrounding area. We see another mob that's back to the firefly. In fact, if I can pull that, I would like to. It looks like I can pull it. If I can, no, not in line of sight. There we go. I still can't actually see it, but we are hitting it. That would be a time to be yellow line. Got a strong bleed on him, even though it does hardly any damage up front. Okay, that was unrelated to what I need to do in this instance, but I did need to kill them for the, I just needed to defeat them. I didn't need to kill them for the Public or calcified carapaces, but that does help. Okay, we will search this corner, which we did not do. Really hope they aren't down there. There is an enemy, I think that's a shrew again. We can target it. Oh, that's a firefly. Still not what I need though. He wishes to speak with me outside his cottage. Well, thank you for telling me that, Radagast. I feel like Radagast is being kind of annoying here. Like, if I've already defeated all of Ungolidain, why didn't you just tell me that? But I thought maybe it's WoW that has an emote with smack, like you smack them upside the head or something like that. Guess it's not Lotro. This water here, not looking too good. It's also somehow reflecting the sky. This is probably one of those bugged ones if I had to guess. Which seems to be almost every water pool in the game now. Oh no, scary spider. Wonder if we can defeat it. Maybe it's not a spider after all. Wow, 63k, that's why you want to use your fist game. It's got a huge crit that just did a ton of damage, and even though compared to the bleed it might be weaker overall and over time, in a quick fight like that, I'll do it. Hey Paul Wolford, and you said, my videos have brought you back to Lotro. That's good. You haven't played in a few years. You forgot how much you loved it. Yeah, Lotro can be a good game. Glad I've been able to help bring you back. This is some boring defense. It might even be more boring than defensive skirmishes, which are not that fun. Actually, this, because I can just stay in the same spot, it's not too bad. If I'm going to be lazy defending something, might as well go to like the max laziness and not have to move at all. Bingris Tassock is a really weird name, but these are really weird enemies, so I guess that fits. Oh, I guess he doesn't want to be in melee. We will take the fight to him then. This is a fight where all the bleeds do help. Even if I get like a 60k crit from Desolation again, it will still be good. Oh, I really wanted to kill him. It's just like when the Warden gets really good is when they're down to that much health and you know, your dots ticking. Let events transpire? What if I don't want to? This might be a horrible quest just for that. I feel like I should be interfering and doing something. Good time to get a screenshot of Radagast actually doing stuff. Doing like some weird kick thing. Looks like he's punching in a way. Is he like trying to control the mind of somebody there? No longer may you change your skin, okay. I still have no idea what he's trying to do. Like, I assume he's trying to get him to stop being able to change his skin into a spider. Which these guys, it seems kind of accurate that they're like the Beornings and change skin into spiders. Because, well, that's what they're doing, but more evil with that. These are actual bears and not Beornings. Okay, so that one was a bit odd. It was a little bit slow and a little bit annoying with Radagast, but we got it done and we'll get our teal quest reward, which is a nice earring. That's the good news. It's a nice earring. Do I want the might or agility one? And once again, the might one has slightly higher finesse. That's kind of odd that they're just slightly different to where it's actually worth thinking about for a minute. But overall, I think the agility is more impactful with... What? The agility is more impactful though. I guess my inventory is full. I have horrible essences. I actually need to equip an essence. That's why I was looking at those. But yeah, we can destroy something, or we can use something. We can set off fireworks. I really don't know what to do with my inventory here. I know I'm just like sitting here staring at it. All these loot boxes, I want to look how much they sell in the auction hall because I don't want to like destroy one if it's worth much at all. But I do need to do something. I can do the Mordor armor. Don't need that on this character. And there we go. So we got that as an upgrade above. I'd actually say it's an upgrade above my purple one. My purple one has a lot more morale and stuff, but I really like the physical mastery and finesse of that earring. So I think I have a couple things. Yeah, I have 2 things to put an essence in. Did I get other earrings? Oh, I do have. These are level 120 earrings. I did get other new earrings. That one's actually a harder decision if these earrings are an upgrade over the Dwarffolds ones. I think I actually picked them and forgot to equip them. I just feel like I actually lose so much from the yellow ones, which is really odd because I have like enough morale and that type of stuff to not worry as much about that as I did before. Okay, so you're glad to see you're not the only one with a full inventory bag. So yeah, it's definitely a problem. I don't have all the stuff that I really need, but I just haven't visited really anywhere that... What does he have to barter? What are these, like Radagast tokens? Roscabel, Oak Leaf. I'm gonna get a map here. That has an hour cooldown. It'd be nice if that actually gave you a skill instead of just being a map. I assume it's an item. So you can get some pets, it looks like. And Roscabel friend frame. That might be nice. Actually, I can change my frame. I really want the Blaze of Hope. Yeah, that one. That is my... by far like my favorite frame in the game. The only one I really like actually. But Noah Wagoner, you're looking for tips to get back into Lotro. You've been here for about 3 years and you like to get back into it. Not too sure. I actually just talked about tips for a new player. And one thing is the virtue system was revamped. So you will want to select like a specific virtue. You just click it to select that you want to get your virtue XP now. So any deed you do or anything like that before that would rank up your virtues, now you get virtue XP and can select the one you want. And you still have 5 of them, but you can focus on one you want and the stats with them were changed. So that is something. So this is a 1-minute cooldown to just summon a kind of random pet, it looks like. Raven, fox, squirrel, frog, or rabbit. Kind of boring ones, to be honest with me. The one I would really want may be the tan fox. I'm not sure exactly what they all look like, but perhaps the tan fox or the black rabbit. That could be interesting, actually. Not sure golden sheep, and the friend frame might be. Don't know what that looks like, but could be decent. Repair birdhouses. So I'm probably going to try to send some stuff to my runekeeper and mail him some things to clear out my inventory. This is starting to feel like Anor when that was consistently being done, because inventories being full was a real problem with all my characters on that. I have like so much mail on my characters on Anor, my runekeeper and my warden, just sending items between each other that I don't want in my inventory at that time, but still overall want, just don't really want to organize it, I guess, at the same time. Some of this stuff I might get back, but I think a few of these things at least I won't, so good to go ahead and clean all of it out, and it just saves a lot of space. I could actually mail him all my loot boxes. That would be a good thing for him to do. Might actually send those to another character if I start playing on the server more. We'll see how it is after the questing here, but the questing here it's just really good, so I'm feeling like playing on Arkenstone in general more because of it. Okay, we'll just, yeah, take a minute here and send all these. Little break from questing, and now we're doing the Radagast Quest. So last stream, if anybody did not watch that or did not see the initial title I had for it, I actually called it something with like the Brown Wizard and Roscovel, which is Radagast here, because that is what I thought I would be doing, but it turns out that is actually what I'm doing today. So I could have done that title and the thumbnail and everything for what I planned to be last stream for today. It would have all worked out. Okay, that is good, and I think we can deconstruct some stuff with my Flame of Encalamir here, and that will, yeah, get me some Embers of Enchantment. Have way too many of those. So are there still fishing rewards in the game within the new location? The last one you received was Trout Master. You were playing on Arkenstone as well. You have tunes on Brandywine. I'm not too sure. I don't really fish in this game. I saw somebody fishing here, and I have heard something about fishing. I've heard there's some like fishing thing here, and I thought I heard that you had to go to another zone to actually do it, which is kind of weird. That's just based off one thing I heard, so I really don't know too much with that. So we need to listen for fragments. I assume not here. I assume I have to actually travel for that. Yeah, it looks like it. But we're going to repair birdhouses. There's not much else for me to do. I don't know quest-wise what's going on. We can look at that. So yeah, I still need to actually finish the storyline here. So we do need to do these Radagast quests, which I plan to do anyway. I was just curious how that fit with this, because I already did the instance quest and got my teal rewards, which seemed to be the end of all the last ones. Clearly we can see the sun in the sky right there. That's why there's a reflection of that. I would like turn on the, in the advanced graphics, I can change that, and I believe it won't actually change the water, which is the particularly frustrating part. I don't know if that will really help my performance, but it can, changing those. But there's something with reflection somewhere in here. I think I'm missing it somewhere. I have to be missing it. There's blur. There's like volumetric sunlight, that doesn't change that. But there's something else. Oh, lighting? I mean, we can just change that. Actually, wow. I didn't realize how much of a difference that made. Why is it so much darker when it's on low, though? It almost looks higher quality in a way because of it. I can actually see what's going on when it's on very high. But the surface reflections. Okay, it's actually not reflecting the sky anymore. So that is better, but it's still reflecting the sun, and it's still like really blurry. But that does help with it reflecting the sky, and I definitely like this better. I don't know, like the performance seems to get a lot worse when I look into the town. So where did surface reflections go? If I go back to low, it actually, yeah, it improves quite a bit, so that seems to be pretty impactful to performance. If I just switch it to high, yeah, it's still really bad. It still looks a lot better, but the actual reflection quality is still bad. Even if I turn it to ultra high, the reflection quality doesn't change, it just changes what it reflects, it seems like. But this doesn't make sense, but I am getting better performance with it. This is a really big trade-off, actually, if I want it to be accurate or a little bit performance boost. That's kind of the annoying thing with Lotro. I should be able to run with it like this. And probably without OBS, I could actually run that pretty smoothly. But yeah, we'll take that short break and have our better lit landscape. I don't know how to change that so much and at the same time have more accurate but still really blurry reflections. Really low quality reflections. Could turn reflections entirely off with that. That might look even worse though. So we still need to repair birdhouses. I think I'm kind of exiting the area for that a little bit so we can get those probably on the way back, even though I say that as I get this one. But we'll look for the listening area for the fragment of Tara Lindale. Yeah, this, I just want to see the lighting. You can actually see the shadows. That's why it looks, in a way, oddly better when I have the lighting quality. That's really weird. I don't know why changing the lighting quality would make the shadows go away. Unless it has to actually do with the sun and actually changes with that, but my character still has a shadow is the really weird thing. I might have to change like some settings with shadows here. I am getting some shadows. I don't know, maybe it is actually better because I do see shadows now that I actually pay attention a little bit. But yeah, that's just kind of weird now to me. Looks better, I think. It actually looks significantly better like this. It's just kind of odd that I just see my shadow really dark compared to anything else's shadows. This water doesn't look nearly as bad when the reflections are on. The reflection is still like similarly low quality, but it doesn't seem as bad to me. Maybe just because it's moving. Notate the parchment. Okay. I feel like I'm going to have to do this a few times. Yeah, listen for the second fragment. Hopefully I don't have to move too far for this. I assume I have to be in the river for that. Just based off where it is on the map, but we will see. Perhaps I need to be at the top. Listen closely. So that worked. Maybe it would have worked if I was at the top. We'll just swim right back. The third fragment, okay, it's on the whole other side of this little lake type thing. Good area to get a screenshot, I think. I don't know if that will look too great, but it might. This is kind of neat, but it just kind of fades into fogginess, I assume is what that's supposed to be like. I don't know. I don't think the landscape would be so far away that I just can't see it. Yeah, this is very Mirkwood-like when it gets kind of a little bit more spidier and spookier and darker looking all at once. Looks a lot like Northern Mirkwood. I don't know, I'll have to go back to Mirkwood original to see. It looks like a bat. It's not a bat. It looked like a bat to me for some reason at first. I kind of would have expected that as probably one reason. Hold up. I actually started the stream a little bit later than I originally wanted to. Something's going wrong here. I might have been like stuck in something and got out of it. We had some glitchy surfaces where it looked like they didn't actually finish the surface. This stuff actually looks normal quality at least. It's just still glitching a little bit. Okay, this song quest is honestly a little bit annoying, but I guess it promotes exploring. So there we go. I feel like For the Birds is just a side quest at this point, and I probably should have done that before I ventured out to do a song amongst the waters. But I started the stream a little bit later, so I like looked down at the time and it was like already 8:14, so I assumed I've been streaming for like almost 2 hours, but it's only been an hour 10 minutes. Like, it didn't feel like that long. These guys have shadows, so that dude has a shadow. Yeah, nothing else is having shadows. Like, very distinct shadows, and they shouldn't necessarily have distinct shadows right now. It's just kind of pointing out that perhaps my character is an example of a bad shadow right now. And if I turn stencil shadows, that actually looks, that almost makes more sense based on everything else here. I don't mind that being on the landscape shadows. It's like changing barely, I think, what the ground looks like. Like, there's a little bit more shadow right there where my mouse is. Oops. Well, now I can't see anything about that. But yeah, there's like a little bit of a shadow right here, I think. If I turn that to low, oh, maybe it was like right there. It's just a really subtle difference with this. That's like actually a shadow there, and then not as much with it on low. Don't see any difference with that. But yeah, just changing, I don't know how I've been playing with the landscape or the lighting like that. I don't know, my Lotro settings I guess have been kind of messed up, it seems like. I got something that worked for performance while streaming and recording, and now, like, this would probably work decently without that, but I'm probably going to have to turn a lot of things back down for any of these newer zones with this stuff, which is really the unfortunate part. Okay, so we need to actually note real quick. But yeah, I just like keep getting distracted about the graphics just because a lot of this stuff isn't making too much sense to me right now. And we're still getting that weird reflection with the sun when the sun's not actually there. I don't think that's the sun. It's possible it is morning time, but it's like the way it's pointing the sun is like right there, and there's not actually a sun having a big glow like that. Though, so that part is still a little bit odd with the water. But everything looks so much different. Like, there are no shadows. That's just so weird. I assume very high is better, but it just looks kind of weird in this area. Everything looks so bright and non-shadowy. I don't know why that would really change it too much. Enable specular highlights on certain types of terrain. When set to very high, bump maps are enabled for certain terrain surfaces as well. I don't know. I think it's fine on very high. Some of the areas look a little bit better with it, but the shadows get all weird. But we can continue and do the 5th fragment, so maybe this is actually taking me back to Roscoeville. But yeah, when it gets in a dark area like this, it actually looks better to me with the high quality lighting, but just out in the open it looks so weird without the shadows the way they are. Like the way they seem like they should be, especially with my character actually having shadows. I just know in older regions, especially the ones on the legendary servers at this point, I can play on much higher settings, so a lot of things look more normal. And I would much rather be changing my settings based off of that, but then if I do that, I will have performance issues here, like I am a little bit. And I could always turn the graphics down a little bit. That wouldn't be the biggest problem, but the water is something that has been really bothering me, and this at least improves on that. Even if in some areas it still looks really bad with the reflections. And I think I had with Trollshaws, I was looking at this as well when I was playing on an ultra high even, so I had like these reflections and that still didn't look too great. Like it still looked just a little bit weird with the pools of water, and I keep bringing this up a little bit here. I have seen a few people also mention it when I have brought it up, that they've seen the same thing. But anyway, we can stop talking about that for a little bit, I think, and move on with the questing here, which this quest again isn't too bad just going around the water, but it is a little bit annoying if I'm going to be honest about it. Fortunately, I can't listen on my mount for some weird reason. I guess my horse makes too much noise. Nice little shore though. Little pebbles that just, flat pebbles, completely flat surface that just fade into the thing here. I actually have a screenshot basically from this exact area, I think, already. Wow, so many trees popped up when I just moved a little bit forward. You've always liked the graphics? Yeah, Lotro has some pretty nice graphics, I would say. Especially for now being a really old game, wouldn't expect too much like with being super realistic. I personally am not the biggest fan of something super realistic, and Lotro is like, compared to say WoW, an easy example to pull up is that one's just more cartoony, which I don't find a problem with either. But I know some people would prefer like realistic graphics, but one problem with them is they might not age as well compared to graphics that intend to be realistic, just because you have improvements from that. But I don't think Lotro really has that big of an issue with it. And I really find the older zones, I really like the graphics there a lot better often, because I can turn them up and have like no performance issues. So we should have some birdhouses. And apparently I have to sing a song to Radagast. No, I feel like I should have to sing a song to birds or something. Maybe the intention is the birds hear me. Or for him, for the birds. Yeah, I think one problem if a game tries to be really realistic is I kind of set expectations for it to be realistic. Then if it is not really realistic, then I would kind of have reason to criticize it a bit more, even if it would technically like look better. I'm not too familiar with ESO specifically, like with the realism in that, but that is something I can agree on. Okay, I wanted to look at my essences, so I have outgoing healing rating, incoming healing rating, will, and parry rating. All of those are really bad, and even if I equipped one, I would actually replace it whenever I try to equip a new essence with their new system, so that wouldn't be too bad. But I don't know, it's still really hard for me to equip a really bad essence, and I think I already have a few bad ones equipped, so it's like, at this point, why not just go ahead and pick something? I'm kind of curious how much okay, we'll use this one just because I'm curious how much 7,000 incoming healing affects me. So right now I'm at 5.1%, so I think that's like 0.1%. We'll put it on the necklace, why not? 6.6, so yeah, that was definitely not nearly worth it, I don't think. The next one I would do is actually one of these tier 9 essences, probably, over the parry rating even? I don't know, I don't think we can get more out of the parry rating, as bad as that one is as well. I just get like really low FPS right here when I'm looking at the reflection and just all the clutter and density of things going on. If I look from this side, it's not as bad because it doesn't have to reflect all that as well, I guess. Oh, this is a good place to check out that lighting setting. I thought I was kind of done talking about the graphics here. Yeah, I assume that the low looks actually odd after turning that on. It seems like this should be just as well lit as everything else. Who are we talking to? Oh, we need to repair 3 more birdhouses. Okay, one more after this one. We'll see if we can just target it running around a little bit. Might be one up here. I do not know. On the map it looks like I could be in the area for one, but I do not see one here, so we'll turn around. I'd kind of expect more. Actually, I just targeted one, and it was kind of more in this area. Try and jump up this. Here we go. I really need a new cosmetic set on this character. I have the same one that Louisden was using. That ain't it. That one, but I'm not really sure that would work well for this character or what. Oh, that could look decent dyed a certain color. Yellow? That actually could kind of work yellow, which is really weird. That might look neat in blue. Steel blue. Actually, kind of like that. That seems like a good burglar color, steel blue. On green. I wouldn't really want green out of that, oddly. Sunset orange could look decent. That one could work for it as well. I feel like every sort of leaf or camouflage type color except green works for that with at least me for some reason. So like normally I would be totally against yellow compared to anything else. The Valor Gear blue looks odd. I know, I feel like I'm getting distracted by a lot of things today, but yeah, I could work that into something that could work for this character, basically. What are these? Oh, those are not quite what I would want. Like, the cheap price of them was tempting, but I figured they weren't something I needed, especially reading West of Net is pretty old by now. Okay, For the Birds is done, and then we need to sing him the song.
What a beautiful song.
Examine the waters around Roscobel. Well, fortunately, that means we are just examining the water, like, right here. Assume this thing. Hey, Hidden Kazu? You said you good, man? I don't know. I'll take that as a compliment, you calling me good, so thanks for that. Don't know if that's what you're intending to say, though.
You have done much to
We
aid
got
my
a
efforts.
singing bowl of Terralandale. Okay. That's a decoration, housing decoration. It's been so long since I've been in any sort of thing like that. Song Amongst the Waters, wasn't that the bookend quest? So yeah, we finished this quest set. It's kind of good for me that we finished slightly early, because I was kind of hoping in a way to get done with that early, because just based off what I have to do, it would have been good to finish this early, but I wouldn't have minded going too much longer. I do want to go up to Beorninghus and kill that signature warg, see if I can get a quest for it. But yeah, with this quest set, kind of good to be done with that. So you said, yes, your character, everything, broken English, don't pay attention. No, that's fine. I was just kind of curious what you meant by that, but it's good to know. And we can accidentally dismount and... Oh, task, we can turn those in as well. But yeah, it's good to know with the Roscobel and Radagast there specifically that we unlock that, and as we saw last stream as well, we unlock these vendors just by finishing the quest here. So we got a lot of exciting things coming up for tomorrow, and honestly don't know. Tomorrow's going to be a tricky day. I might actually stream in the morning around like 9 a.m.-ish. It seems like that'd be the most likely possibility. So I don't know if I would want to try to do more of Vales of Anduin, depending what's going on, but I do want to stream tomorrow, ideally, because I do not really have a video for tomorrow. I could have uploaded today's video tomorrow, I guess. It's just I've already delayed that video like 2 days, so I figured it was time to upload it. Where are we going? Beorninghus? But yeah, I have a video I can record. Actually, I have a few videos I can record. Some of them take a little bit of time, we'll say. And that's why it'd be hard for me to do one like this evening real quick for tomorrow. But yeah, if I'm thinking like character building videos that I feel like I need to, is something I can always do, but they just sometimes take a really long time to do. To just record, they can take the videos that turn out to be like 40 minutes. I already feel like the videos are really long, but people seem to enjoy them, so that's good. But with them being so long and me having to do so much prep work for them, they take like twice as long usually at least to record than you all actually see in the video. And then they also take, that's including like prep time, I mean, and then they also take a bit of time editing and a long time to render and upload, especially with my internet speed right now. A long time to upload and basically can't use the internet. And then the rendering is not too much of a problem because I can just like encode it on, set it to like low priority on the CPU. Hey DeadX Reflection, will I ever get a camera for my streams? That is a good question. I don't intend to, at least in the near future. There is a possibility that way later down the line, I might. But I don't think that would be the best idea for me to do. Especially, I'll have a channel update talking about some of this stuff actually, but yeah, probably not, at least in the near future. It is something I thought about though for like the past year, but by the time I could have gotten that set up, it wouldn't have lasted too long that I could have done it, and it'd just be really weird for me. It's like basically the step up from doing commentary in the first place for me to doing that with the thing. But I think there's a signature warg here that I can get a quest for. I don't know for sure that I can get a quest for him, but I'm pretty sure I killed a signature warg or some signature like mob here earlier and did not get a quest, and I thought I should get a quest for him. And then I randomly got a quest for another signature, so I thought maybe it had to be with me being level 118 when I was up here and not 120 like I am now. I thought the quest was here in Yulgraf, but maybe not. Maybe he's dead. But when we killed that signature boar earlier, I just got like an auto-bestow quest when I approached him, and I was kind of hoping that would happen here. I can make another circle. Again, I don't remember exactly where that signature warg that supposedly exists was. These are random hidden cache. Not hidden all that well. Treasure Seeker of the Vales. Didn't I already loot one of these? Guess not. Pretty sure I looted one of these. I think I actually looted a bugged one. I guess they fixed that pretty quickly. But yeah, I'm not sure where the... This area is just a lot more pretty than the rest of the zone. I like it. Fortunately, yeah, my FPS, I don't know if it is the reflections there or just a lot of different things going on, but I just dropped down quite a bit right now. A lot of gnats noticing my movement right now. Well, I guess I got my stone-worn furs, but yeah, we'll do one more circle, I think, around here and just see if I see some sort of signature-like warg. Because that's what I thought it was, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm already almost dying from this. I am in redline, so there's a little bit of an excuse there, but man, back in the day when I first started this zone, basically when I was doing this, there would have been no chance for me to live through that. I was fortunate that I had other people here when I was questing and were able to just tap things and get credit. But yeah, I don't know where the signature went. It might not have been a warg. I could just be completely mistaken on that. It was quite a bit of time ago. I just thought I might be able to get an extra quest and perhaps more importantly some ghoul marks and reputation. Also would just be fun to do and find out if that was the case, but if I can't even find like a signature in the first place, can't even find out if that is the case. We can go up here, see if we see anything. Nope. Nothing around either. Okay. Feel like we've done enough circling in this area. This is a nice warg den though, I think. Again, that's one of the reasons, just a lot of nice things going on around this Beorning area of the zone. One other thing I like about the zone is the actual variation you get compared to like Iron Hills, which is another zone I decently liked, I would say overall. Maybe overall okay. There were just a lot of things about Iron Hills that, I don't know, were left to be desired, I guess, even though what it had, some of it was good. But just because of that annoyance, it kind of made it a less good zone. But anyway, always have to ramble on about Iron Hills a little bit, just because it was something that I was enjoying. But that zone is basically the same thing the whole way through, and it's kind of boring because of that. Arid Mithrin has some variation, but not too much. It's a lot of the same stuff. But just all the variation between the quests you do in the zone is a nice thing to see. I know that I was doing quests in this area in the gal here, but I don't think that would have had any signature. It's not like one of these signatures, it was another name mob, like a boar, I think. Yeah, I could always probably look. I assume there's like a quest list on the Lotro wiki for this place. I don't know if that would be like completed. Let's look. There's people that work on that do a good job on keeping it up overall, I think. So you all can't see this. Might as well show it to you all. Okay, so this should work. If OBS wants to work, this should work. So OBS looks like it will want to work, and we can, yeah, switch over right here. So this is just the Lotro wiki page for Vales of Anduin. Oh, and Paul, I missed your message. Actually, I saw it and then I completely forgot about it. Actually, it doesn't have this. It has like thingies. Vales of Anduin quest. Yeah, that's deeds. It looks like the quest. What? Oh, there we go. Yeah, they don't have all the quests yet, so that's okay. I wouldn't expect like all too much yet. Some screenshots. Okay. So that doesn't have what I was looking for, but to get to what you were saying, it's nice watching my live stream, so glad you're enjoying it or enjoyed it. Not sure if you left yet. But, okay, yeah, you did say see you later, so... Oh, no, you all can't see, can you? There we go. Now you can see. But if you are still here, see you later, and thanks for joining the stream. But yeah, that is all I have, I suppose, to do at this point. I can turn in my task. I think I should travel to Holtvis. We can do the warden travel. That'd probably be quicker, and I don't have to spend my precious silver. I'm trying to think what's going on. Guess I just need to wrap this up, because we are really doing nothing at this point. So as far as the questing goes, as I mentioned last time, I talked about this in a lot more detail last stream, I think, how fun this zone is and how it's like the best zone since at least Rise of Isengard so far, and that's holding up with the fifth storyline, so that's really nice and really making me want to play just on Arkansas in general more, as I've mentioned. So yeah, really enjoying that, and I have had fun doing the quest with this with Roscoe and Laerlad there. I think I called it like Roscoe Bell or something. I don't know. Anyway, my next stream I'm planning on doing tomorrow morning, but I have to actually find out what's going on a little bit later in the day to know for sure. So if I can only do like a short duration stream, I might do my Guardian on Anor or my Runekeeper on Anor. That would actually work out a little bit better if I did him. So I might do that if I do have a longer play session. If I know I could play maybe 2 hours if I needed to do like all the Vales of Anduin stuff we have to do, I will probably do that. So that's just so you all know what's coming up. And then I have to work on a few more videos and a channel update, which will have some important info in it about my channel. But as far as this goes, I hope you all did enjoy, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, and thanks for watching and joining, everyone.